Uh, if you guys can hear me, please let me know. I'll try to get Abby back online. Hello. Hey Abhishek, I think both of us got muted for some reason, so I restarted the stream. If you can rejoin, I'll bring you back in. So Abhishek is going to join back. If you guys can hear us, please let us know. I'll also type it out to. Hey Abhishek, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm not sure what happened there, but apparently both of us got muted. Somebody in the chat was able to let me know.
Mhm.
So I had to restart the stream. Sorry about that. So yeah, you were saying about your role as an authority figure.
Yeah. So basically, right now, the things have come about with regards to me that I am an authority figure, as you said, and authority figures on screen, they have to have an aura, like you just pointed out. With regards to, there have been many iconic figures: Paul Heyman, Vince McMahon, Teddy Long, and many others. So you have to, for me, I have to make sure that how I distinguish myself from them,
Right.
and and also make sure that the audience, actually cares
Hmm.
about the wrestlers who are performing, and me myself as well, because you have to go out there, you have to perform, you have to do everything that there is,
Hmm.
but make sure that you get eyes on the product. In
Exactly.
India, there are minuscule number of promotions who are doing professional wrestling, and they are known worldwide.
Hmm. Hmm.
So Wrestle Square or Cheat Wrestle Square is one of it.
Right. So I think
Yeah.
there's you guys up there. You guys are in Chandigarh, right? If I'm
No,
mistaken. No, no.
we are in Delhi NCR.
You're in Delhi NCR, but you did a show in Chandigarh, if I'm not mistaken, some time back.
Yeah, yeah,
Right. And you have Great Khali's Academy up there. I think CWE.
yeah,
These are the only two I realistically really know of. I don't know if there are anyone else out here. Are there a lot more?
yeah. There are a few others, but
Okay.
just like you said, that there are only two or three which are actually known to the
Right.
public worldwide. Yeah,
Got it. Yeah. So, even from if I look from a professional wrestler's point of view, their options in India is so limited that I think, most of them can't even, I mean, I don't think anybody can really consider going full time into professional wrestling unless they want to go all in and say, कि नहीं, we have to build a record or we have to build a talent and then showcase it to the larger world like AEW, WWE. I mean,
yeah.
it's very extreme. There's nothing in between.
Yes, I would agree. But the times and these the promotions which you just mentioned, they are getting to that perspective, that we have to make sure that we have to invest our money, we have to market ourselves, and we can do that.
Hmm.
Like the professional wrestling promotions all over the world. We have in Japan, we have in Europe, we have in North America.
Hmm.
So, and Canada. So, India is also going forward in that direction. And even there was an article a few years ago that maybe WWE is thinking of having a NXT India sort of stuff,
Hmm.
going here, maybe in the future. But, it all comes down to with regards to why would WWE want to do that for the money. India
Right.
is one of the biggest markets there is of consumption of the WWE product. So
Hmm.
they are thinking of having a base here. So,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, I really hope they do because I love seeing talent, and I know they've experimented with trying to get Indians up there. There was the Jinder Mahal experiment, as people call it.
yeah,
I liked him as a champion. I know a lot of people did, and
same.
he drew extreme reactions on the negative side, which is what you
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
But
Yes,
yeah, but again, they just cut it short. Then they tried Indus share. It's still in start stop, whatever it is right now. Way back we had Tiger Ali Singh, right? If I'm not mistaken,
yeah, yeah,
back in the day, yeah. So it's been on and off, but never really going all in, except for the Ginger Mahal period. Uh, I really hope they can get it done. But between you and me, it's not just WWE, right? It's even when I look at MMA or boxing or kickboxing, they all want to come to India, but outside of India, there's the pay-per-view culture, and that's what they make money
yeah.
on. And India में तो pay-per-view चलता नहीं है. That culture would not exist, and I think people, a lot of promotions don't understand how can they economically make it make sense for the Indian market, and that's where I think they still struggle. I,
Yeah.
I mean, you can let me know from a professional wrestling point of view if that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. Uh, with regards to WWE, WWE has a deal with Sony
Right.
Sports, and I myself only watch wrestling if I
Mhm.
have the time. With regards to recently, I watch on the apps.
Right.
I watch AEW on the Discovery Plus and WWE on Sony Live. So I think that if WWE or AEW or any other promotion, is thinking of tapping into the Indian market, they only go with regards to B2B deals. It is
Right.
business to business. The consumers, they have now gotten the perception, like you said, that you know Indians or maybe our market do not, consume that much based on the money
Right.
that we have been in the habit of free with regards to watching professional wrestling from the
Mhm.
90s. So it is now very difficult with regards to tapping into the markets here. So
Right.
they do live events here and there, like I guess it happened in September
Mhm.
recently. Yeah. So other than that, we don't see much. And with regards to merchandise, they have taken away the
Mhm.
merchandise deal they had with the
Soul Store.
Sold
Yes.
Store. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm. Right. Yeah. That is sad. They had some good stuff.
yeah,
Right. So somebody said yes, they are not ready to pay $50 for a UFC pay per view. I completely agree with you. I think in India, even if a pay per view comes, there are enough people to get cracked streams out there and
yeah,
watch it free. So that's not going
yeah.
to work anyways. Right.
No.
Uh, so coming back to your figure, right? Every figure has a catchphrase, right?
Yeah,
Vince McMahon was "You're fired."
yeah, yeah,
Paul Heyman has this unique, when he comes in, he has this unique way of introducing himself. My name is Paul Heyman, and I'm
yeah.
whatever, whatever, and he says the rest. Teddy Long would come in and make those random tag team matches, so that was his style of working.
Yeah.
What is yours?
Uh, I have this thing that if there are two people bickering
Uh-huh.
in the ring and it just doesn't make sense, or there is that just one guy is pushing, bitching, and moaning, then I just go there with the wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. That what the hell is happening? I am the authority figure here. Who are you to make matches? what is happening. The thing is that yes, matches happen, the contract signings which we see
Right.
in professional wrestling are just for the sake of sports entertainment. But yes, you have to make sense, you have to make people interested in your product.
Right.
That is the thing. So I just do that.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get crowd which connects, sometimes you get crowds which don't. And
Yeah.
even if you have something planned out as a promo, you may have to change things on the fly. Like CM Punk was a master at doing that and working the crowd. How does it
Yeah.
work for you? How do you get your mindset into that place?
Firstly, initially, it depends on that what is the premise and what is my perspective on this thing. That if I am being a fan favorite or I am a voice to the fans, so then I have to go into that zone that know anything, bitching, mourning and stuff, which is taking the crowd, by the throat and putting them down. I have to make sure that the fans have a voice. So I am representing the fans.
Hmm.
And if the roles are reversed, then I have to, point to the crowd and just say nastiest of stuff that I can come up with. And sometimes I also get, thrashed by the stick by
Wow.
the real authority figures,
Okay.
which are the director and the veterans, that they say to me that you have gone too far.
Okay.
But the thing is that today, if you have to make the people care about you,
Hmm.
sometimes you break the line, you
Right.
go forward, just like you just said. You named him CM Punk. In If you go to his glorious days in in the independent circuit,
Hmm.
he ripped away in the fans,
Right.
but that was what took him from the bingo halls to the big leagues.
Right.
You have to make people care. And
Hmm.
once you are, you can say, a heel or a not a fan favorite,
Hmm.
and it becomes very easy in the near future to become a fan favorite, and the fans are behind you, they want you to succeed, and the rest is history.
Right. Yeah. You need those extreme reactions, and sometimes those switch is amazing.
Yeah.
Uh, and right now I'm looking at Dominic Mysterio in WWE,
Yeah.
and I'm amazed at the reaction he gets.
Yeah.
I have a feeling Rhea Ripley is a big part of it, but still, kudos to this guy to get that reaction. Uh, so one of the things that I wanted to ask you, when you look at other combat sports in India, right? Even if you bring like Brave is a big MMA organization, they came to Hyderabad. Uh, they could not fill the stadium, and even when we've done shows, getting people to come in is difficult.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
one of the MMA India nationals, what the official decided, हम लोग stadium में करेंगे ही नहीं. They
Mm-hmm.
planted the cage in the middle of a mall in Bangalore, and
Mm-hmm.
and crowds are coming to watch because in India people love to watch others people fight. तो
Agreed.
तो
Agreed.
वो convert पता नहीं कैसे, they still haven't figured out how to convert it. But when you go out with your promotion with Russell Square, do you see a lot of people coming in?
Uh, you know, I would, agree with the thing that you have just said. It is very difficult for the people to actually make them care about
Right,
that what is happening. Only as you said, people are fighting. You have to come. You have to watch. Yeah.
right, right. So yeah, we need to figure out a way to get people to care about it. And Muhammad Ali was a very famous boxing legend, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, a lot of people don't know this, but before he started his legendary career, apparently he went to a professional wrestling event. He saw professional wrestling's cutting promos. He said
Mm-hmm,
people don't care about boxers. So
mm-hmm,
everything else he did from that point of time, he was mimicking professional wrestlers. And
mm-hmm.
that made people care about boxing. We need somebody like that in India, whether it's in wrestling or some other sport, to come
Yeah.
out with those promos which make people care. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
I hope we get that. But how are the promos of the wrestlers that you have seen in Russell Square? Unfair question,
Um,
I know. I don't want to put you on the spot, but still, an objective view. Yeah.
Objective view, I can say that since I started on screen in January of 2020, and now I see people, there has been a drastic improvement with regards to the promos.
Hmm.
They are also understanding the aspect that you have to make people care,
Right.
or else you are just doing it for yourself. You are doing it probably for your quote unquote addiction, or making sure that you stay out of the stuff which happens around the world, you
Hmm.
know which is not good basically.
Right.
So keeping yourself out of trouble, you go every day, you train every day, and you do the shows when it is weekly, or it is 2 days a week or whatever.
Hmm.
But it can't be sustainable unless you make sure that the fans care.
Right.
uh, you see right now, the wrestlers are putting their stuff online, on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, whatever.
Hmm.
They want that the fans care, and
Right.
that is the perspective of you and many of the other people in combat sports as well.
Right.
You have to make them care. And you just talked about a incident with regards to having a cage in the mall,
Hmm.
very reminiscent of WCW Nitro's first episode. Yeah,
Yes.
they had it in the Mall of America. Yes.
Right.
So, then it got traction, and then, stuff happened with the NWO and everything, and it became what it became.
Right.
But yes, it is difficult right now, and it has been. But you have to make sure that how can you put in the you can see the investment with regards to marketing your product and making fans actually care, and it is a streamlined stuff that show happens, people come in, and everything happens
Right.
right there and
Yeah.
there. Yeah,
Right. So I was a management student, and even then, my fan brain never stopped working. And
yeah,
before I got into B school, I was just thinking from a fan point of view. Ki, हाँ, I love watching the show, and this is how it works. I love the characters. And then I realized once I got into B school that everything is branding and marketing. And Vince
yeah,
McMahon is a branding and marketing genius. The stuff he did was insane. And like
right.
you said, the wrestlers today have social media. It's easier for them to reach out, make people hate them or like them if they get it right. Back in the day, there was nothing. And I remembered uh, one story I read about this guy. The Million Dollar Man, Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So Vince McMahon wanted people to hate him, and he had this opinion that people hate really rich people who show off their wealth. So every
yeah.
city they would go to, he would give Ted DiBiase thousands of dollars, no limit,
Hmm.
and he would say,
Yeah,
"Go
yeah.
to a local bar and just be as obnoxious as possible." And that was an organic way of building that hate. But when I think about it, that's such a genius move from Vince McMahon. And
Yes.
I know even people in India, when I actually Russell Square, it must be very difficult for them to come up with these things. But you have to have that brain to even run an organization like this.
Yeah. Agreed. And the investment, like you said, that which Vince McMahon made has, you know, entered multifold. So
Right.
whatever he invested, he got out of it,
Right.
multifolds. So brilliant stuff.
Exactly. So, what is the craziest gimmick you've seen in India or Russell Square?
Uh, right now, what I have seen, you can say it is pretty tame,
Okay.
because there is also a fear with regards to how the audience reacts, and how your relatives, your friends, your parents might react or get something if
Mhm.
if if there something happens basically.
Right.
uh, it is pretty tame as of this point, but people find themselves in these characters and in the aura and the atmosphere that they are in.
Right.
So, you can see maybe some characters down the line in the near future which, stand out to the world. And
Right.
basically, people from, Europe or Japan, they, book them as well.
Right, right. I think yeah, the Indian professional wrestling is still finding its feet. But like
Yeah,
Japan, they've built their brand around a lot of strong style wrestling, as they like to call it, and that's been
yeah,
their brand. And they have a very high work rate. So American wrestlers go there to build their craft and come back and become better. So we need something like that. Maybe not exactly the same, but a brand in India that if you come to India to learn your craft, this is the brand of wrestling you will learn. And I hope we get that sometime soon. I think it's just a matter of finding our feet over time, right?
yes,
So, oh, somebody said we should host wrestling events in India like if it's a carnival. Yeah, that's a great idea.
yeah,
Unfortunately, the logistics sometimes is like a big hassle behind these things. I'm sure Abby can let us know more. But yeah, that is something we should actually do because in India, people love festivities,
yeah,
and to
yeah.
club it with that kind of makes sense,
Mm-hmm. Great.
right? So, do you watch any other combat sports?
Um, if I go about recently, I heard about the battle which happened a few days ago. I guess there were many notable people which were in attendance: Vince McMahon, The Undertaker, and many some people from the Saudi government. I heard about
Oh,
that, but
Tyson Fury versus Nagano, the boxing. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
But if I can be very blunt or very honest right now,
Hmm.
professional wrestling or combat sport,
Hmm.
there is a spark which is lacking. You know,
Hmm.
I had my stuff with regards to which I had to take care of at home, so I wasn't able to watch.
Right,
But still, if there is something which piques your interest, you would go out of your way and you would watch that
right.
particular segment either on YouTube or either Facebook or any other stuff. But
Hmm.
right now, if I have an holistic view with regards to the whole, professional wrestling and combat sports, I'm not seeing it as of right now. Maybe it is. Some people say that the astrology is at fault, or maybe something is happening that there are some changes which are in about. Maybe in the couple of months forward, we would see that it is back. Everything is back. People are interested and they want to watch.
Right.
Let's see. But right now,
Mhm. So yeah, no, I agree with you. And to be honest, I love combat sports, all forms of it, because I fight myself, and I love
yeah.
watching fights. But I know somebody who doesn't fight will not appreciate that if two people are grappling in an MMA cage and nothing is moving, you would not appreciate it. Same way in a Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
There is something really wrong with the platform today. I'm not sure what's happening. I have to figure it out. But again, sorry about that. Sorry to everybody who's joined in. But we are back. Yeah. Uh, so, like I was saying, between MMA and boxing, when it's very technical.